And start off today with this message from Jesus. Dreams never change. Dreams never change. That's an interesting sentence because they sure seem to change, right? Seem to change all the time. But what the dream is made of, what the dream is from, never changes. And we want to remember that. We want to remember that a dream was born of guilt and fear. So dreams never change. Remember only this. But do not let it slip away at times and let yourself give way to fear again. Deny the dream, but do not fail the truth, for only what is true will never fail. Only what is true will never fail. All else deceives. All else will terrify. And even when it seems to please the most, it brings with it a heavy cost of pain. Be free of suffering now. There is no cost for any gift that comes to you from God. His way is certain, for his gifts remain forever as he gave them. His gifts remain forever as he gave them. So let's go within and spend some time with this message. That there is no cost for anything that comes from God. Even remembering that first sentence, dreams never change. The substance of what a dream is made of does not change. There are not some good dreams and some bad dreams. Dreams are dreams are dreams. So we can lay them all over in the hands of Spirit. And we're here really to practice choosing our teacher. You could say that's what we do each and every moment. To learn to ask yourself, am I choosing fear as my teacher, or am I choosing Spirit? And if you are feeling stress, tension, fear, upset, not to be hard on yourself, but just to see, well, that's what I've been choosing. But I want to make a different choice. And just that thought is a part of the shift. It helps you start to reorient your mind. Who is my teacher? What am I choosing? If you don't know, then at least know what you want to choose. And then let yourself practice. Practice and practice and practice. And then to not judge if you keep noticing that you're back in some fear thoughts. Maybe there's something in your mind that says something like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it again. What's wrong with me? I've been practicing for years and I'm still choosing fear. Well, think about learning to play the piano. I mean, how long does it take to become a great piano player? A long time. Not just a few months, not just a few years, probably not even just a decade, but a long, long time, a lot of dedication. So let's put in the time. Let's put in the practice. When I was in college, I knew some music majors. What were they doing? They were always practicing. They were like always practicing. They were going to the practice hall and they were practicing hour after hour after hour. See them carrying their instrument. Where are you going? I'm going to go practice. I even had a building. There was all these little practice rooms. These little practice rooms. It's like little meditation cells. little little meditation closets. And sit with their piano or their instrument again and again and again and again. So why should you judge that it takes a bit of practice to get the hang of this, to release these old patterns? Why should you think it's wrong that it takes a lot of perseverance, dedication, consistent effort to break through these deep unconscious dynamics, patterns within your mind? I think most of us see that these toughest patterns in us have, have taken many, many, many years, decades, lifetimes, if you will, to be created in us. A long, long time. And then we're surprised that it doesn't just disappear within a few months of us working on it, or even a couple of years. We think, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Well, what's wrong with you? Nothing's wrong. You're on the fast track. To clear an issue that deeply ingrained, even in, say, 10 years. That's amazing. Amazing that you can clear an issue that deeply ingrained in 10 years. I don't know how long it'll take you to clear it. Maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. But to know that in a doable amount of time, an issue will unwind completely and be done. Amazing. It's amazing. We need to shift our mind around the work. And if you want to be a world-class piano player, world class, and somebody told you you'd have to practice 5 hours a day, every day for 10 or 20 years, you'd be like, okay, yeah, that probably seems about right. What if somebody told you that your healing work is going to require consistent, steady, ongoing discipline and focus? Most people would be like, hmm? What? But it's not about the specific length of time but it is about that dedication. There are relatively few people who are willing to put in that amount of time to become a really great pianist. Well, there are relatively few people that are willing to put in the inner work to wake up from this dream. But even that doesn't matter. All that matters is, are you one of them? Are you willing to put in the time? Are you willing to put in the focus? Are you willing to work with what's here in this moment for you now? Because that's what it boils down to. It's not about how long you need to do something, what it's going to look like on your path of life. No, what matters is, are you willing to work with what's here in this moment? At any point on this master piano player's journey, the question would be, are you willing to practice now? It's not, are you willing to practice for years? Are you willing to practice now? That's where the healing is. If you were a flute player and you were practicing to be the best flautist that you could be, what do you have to do? You have to take your little case. You have to open your case to take out the different pieces of your instrument. You have to assemble them, or you can't play a flute without putting it together. Well, you need to open your case. You need to open your case. Don't just go around carrying your little case. That's not going to make you a good flute player. You need to open it. You need to do the work. You need to put together what seems apart inside of you. That's the only way the music will flow through it. Not if the pieces stay disconnected. What is a disconnected flute? It's just a bunch of metal laying there. It really is like nothing. You can't do anything with it. Well, we can't do anything without opening up the closed places inside of us and asking Spirit to put together what is there. Put it together for me, Spirit. That's a beautiful prayer. Put it together for me, Spirit. Something is not connecting in me. Something has not come together yet in me. I need your help. I need your help because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, that's beautiful to say that. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I need you. Like, that's a beautiful thing to know. That's a beautiful thing to live. That's a worthy prayer to be with you as you go through your day. Show me, Spirit. Show me, Spirit. I have all these thoughts and ideas, plans, possibilities, what ifs. Show me. Just show me, Spirit. And again, to know that you don't know is a great realization. Because that opens the door, that provides the space for spirit to work. So to read this again, it says, dreams never change. Remember only this, but do not let it slip away at times and let yourself give way to fear again. Deny the dream, but do not fail the truth, for only what is true will never fail. Only what is true will never fail. And we can see this, we can get this, right? Because everything in the dream, everything in this world will fail. Why? Because it is temporary. There's nothing here in this world that doesn't shift and change. So we can stop putting our faith in what will fail us. We can stop believing that something unreal will help us. Yeah, if anyone has something they'd like to lift up, share.
Hi.
Hi.
This morning I was just looking at this tension seemed to be in my body. I just feel this almost pathological fear of being abandoned and unloved. I would say, I don't know if you can say that, but I didn't know what love was really. I didn't know how to replace it, and I knew that didn't feel like a good thing to keep reinforcing. And the last time I came on was just with you, and it was when you made a loving comment to me. That's what broke the spell. That's what broke the hardness. That's what broke the rage or whatever's there that I daren't show, because that's not conducive to avoiding this defense against abandonment.
All I've been feeling for you, Peter, as you've been sharing is like hugging you. I just like feel like I'm hugging you this whole time, stroking your hair.
Yeah. Even that, it feels like a relief. When you said that, felt okay. Yeah, that's nice. That feels good. And then it's almost something closes up again. It's like the fear to let that in fully or just forever. Just like, I don't know what happens. It feels like there's a time limit or this. I don't know if I'm open now to love or not. But it wells up, and then Yeah, it's definitely not good. It's a vulnerable place somewhere in my mind to be seen.
Yeah, I think a lot of boys, young men are taught that like love is weakness or
Yeah,
loving is wrong, really even. You know, it's a problem rather than a strength. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's definitely true. In, I would say, all my early environments, but definitely at home, you had to be tough. But it just seems a recurring. There's all this sort of unworthiness that comes up as well, and often after sharing, I doubt myself, and then think, what was that authentic? But then I immediately go into, am I doing my practice well enough, or but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just so there's a longing for the love,
Mhm.
and that's that there's an intense neediness that I have,
Mm.
and as I've gone deeper into that, it's like I can see the addictions are stronger, the desire for things, and it's like they're pretty permanently somewhere, and that it's like I can't find any peace. It's not like I can't find any peace. I have to give it. I have to just focus totally. But then there's a great desire to distract, just to have some relief. Oh, it feels hard sharing this. Just feel like I'm a terrible practitioner.
Mhm.
So there's this. So yeah, this. Um,
Just want to say, like, all of these patterns will fall away. They will. You know, as the walls soften, as the walls release, the desire for love, like the sort of feeling I don't have love, softens and releases. So that, diminishes. And it's like then all of the dynamics that come from that also unwind, soften, and end. In the long run, they end. But to be with them, to acknowledge them, to see them is essential.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I need to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah. And it doesn't really matter how much it seems, or at times maybe how broken it all feels. The healing is real and it is there. So I'm glad you stepped forward and put these things out there.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I love you. So I have to say, there's been this experience I've been having recently. Just, it's like the world, this physical experience gets thin. It's like, he talks about this world as being like a veil that's come between us and our awareness of heaven. It's like, I don't know, somehow that experience is coming to me. It's like the thinness of the world. It's a little hard to believe because the world is actually unbelievable. It's actually surprising that we seem to believe it so much for how unbelievable it is. And it's very sweet to have these experiences. Like the light sort of pierces through, shines through. When I was a kid, there was a magazine, Mad Magazine. Maybe some of you know it. It had this character on it, Alfred P. Newman. He had a tagline that he always would say, "What, me worry? What, me worry?" And I just feel like that message. I feel the message. Like, what, me worry, with this thinness of the world? Like, what would I worry about? What could I worry about? What could I worry about in a world of shift and change that doesn't touch that core, it doesn't touch that deeper truth? Is it surprising that the world is turbulent? Is it surprising that intense, chaotic things happen in this physical existence? No, because that is what it is for. That is what it was created for, miscreated for. To try to prove that bad things are real, to try to prove that something other than love is true. And it tries and it tries and it tries, and it will try until the universe is done. But this thinness of the world, we can pray, we can allow it to come into our own experience. We can notice when the world seems heavy and solid and true, and we can pray, Holy Spirit, help me not experience this. Help me see it the way you see it. Help me take it as lightly as I know you do. It's doable. This perspective is available to us. And if you want it and you don't feel like you have it very much, pray for it more. Pray for this. Ask for this. Go for this. Just think of like, sort of like tissue paper. It's like so thin. The world seems so solid, but it's so thin. You poke your finger right through it. It's so thin. So when your life seems solid, when your life seems heavy, ask Holy Spirit, how do I experience this the way that you are experiencing it? Because Holy Spirit knows all of it is super thin. How does he describe this world? He describes it as a little wall of dust. It's like a mist, a thin veil. He uses such words that are so insubstantial. He's trying to give us a sense of how we can come into actually experiencing this too. So again, when it seems heavy, pray for it to seem light. Holy Spirit, how can I see it this way? I know that it really is because you tell me it is. I have a whole Course of Miracles that tells us it is. Help me experience it lightly. Help me take it lightly. And when we notice ourselves gripping again, when we notice our jaw clamping down like a dog with a bone, grabbing onto it, just notice that. I really think this thing really matters. This thing is where my happiness lies. Just catch it as soon as you can, and say, Holy Spirit, tissue paper. I want, I want to experience it like tissue paper. Where's the substancelessness? Where's the lightness of the substance? It's like so thin. I want this. I want to experience all of life like this. Like just a light dream of joy and peace and connection and love. This is what we're going to. A very, very light dream. And it gets so light. It's like we're skipping down the road, skipping down our life. Let's skip all the way home. Let's skip all the way until we just dissolve into the oneness. In Kung Fu Panda, there's a scene where their master, his life is ending, and he just dissolves into a light of flower petals on the breeze. It's like so light. Just the flower petals. It just becomes like flower petals dissipating in the wind. How sweet. So sweet. If life seems heavier than that, pray for a shift. Pray for a shift. Pray to experience that lightness. It's it's available. It is what we're going for. Okay. Maybe that's our closing message for today. It's just to pray for the lightness. Pray for the lightness of being. Pray for the lightness in our experience. And we don't have to be afraid if that prayer leads us into our stuff and we have some steps to take. That's okay. It's okay. But lightness is our destination, and it is inevitable. So for those who may want to read the section that I was reading from today, it's in the Gifts of God. Um, yeah, the section at the back of the book. It's in the 5th paragraph of this scribed material. Well, I feel you all. I feel you deeply. I love you all. Yeah, I'll connect with you again soon.